My friends, a brand new trailer for the MCU's upcoming streaming series Echo has finally dropped, and after questioning why they're even making this series in the first place, I was left eating my words because this trailer was fantastic, and I think we need to talk about it. So what's up everyone, and welcome back to Jones Vibes. Hit the like button if you're sort of a daredevil, and let's dive in. So okay, yeah, this trailer dropped and it was very random. We're right in the middle of Loki, we got the Marvels coming out, and so all of a sudden this dropped, and it just felt out of nowhere. I didn't know what to expect, and I pressed play and I was kind of blown away. I'm actually a huge fan of Hawkeye. I really enjoyed that series. I'm actually looking forward to rewatching it as we head into the holidays, but Echo was just sort of one of those characters that was great in that show, but when they announced that they were doing this spin-off of just focusing on her character, kind of came at a time when they were announcing a ton of different projects, and you got the feeling that things were starting to get oversaturated. Like, we're making a show about who now? And along with all of these MCU shows, there have been ups and downs, like we've already seen that. And so I don't know, my expectations were just sort of all over the place, but hearing about all of the Daredevil news, how they've kind of scrapped a lot of that and they're reworking the entire show, things are heading in more of a mature direction, as well as all the Blade news that's come out, and that's taking a more mature turn. It has a budget under $100 million now, and it is rated R, and so the MCU seems to kind of be gearing towards this mature lane, and I guess when I was thinking about Echo, I didn't understand that it was going to be a part of that. Marvel also just announced that Echo will be the first series to launch under the new Marvel Spotlight banner. And Marvel Spotlight is basically just that. It's a spotlight on the street level stuff, the more mature stuff, so you're going to see Daredevil, Punisher, all of that. And so now all of a sudden, I'm like completely roped in and excited, and it just came out of nowhere. But let's talk about this trailer. I think the one thing that stuck out to a lot of people, including myself, was how the dialogue starts with Wilson Fisk. And just kind of remembering and seeing that he's going to be a big part of this series really just raises that bar for you immediately. You're like, oh yeah, man, like Kingpin is in this. And the monologue he has, just talking about looking after her, and there's this guy kind of making fun of her for being deaf, and he takes this guy into an alley, and he's just like, what's up? And just starts beating this guy. Like, it sets the tone. You're watching this trailer, and you suddenly realize that this is going to be different. This is not She-Hulk. Yes, Daredevil was in She-Hulk, and yes, we saw a small snippet of Daredevil in this trailer, but these are two different things. This is not typical MCU content here. And if you're forgetting from Hawkeye, Maya, aka Echo, learns that Kingpin was actually responsible for her father's death, and so at the end of the series, she shoots him. And I remember a lot of people kind of freaking out about that, because you're like, wait, you just introduced Kingpin and now he's gone. Like, what the heck? But they clearly show in this trailer that now he has this eye patch on, he healed, and I think that we can expect that Kingpin is going to be a massive threat, and he's going to be some sort of a street-level big bad in the MCU. And he definitely should be. Like, he's massive in Spider-Man lore, he's massive in Daredevil lore, and although we've already seen that story sort of fleshed out in the Netflix Daredevil show, the opportunity to reboot and kind of twist things and bring him back is just too good to pass up. And there's nobody better to play Kingpin than Vincent D'Onofrio. And so I'm just curious to watch as this relationship between him and Maya is highlighted. It kind of looks like he took her on as a daughter. And throughout the trailer, the dialogue suggests that they're not so different. We're not so different, you and I. But this trailer also showcases that this is going to be a very centralized story. You know, the Native American heritage that's going to be represented in this is going to be awesome. I already saw just some imagery that just looked really, really cool. And similar to Moon Knight, we're going to get a story about a character that a lot of us just don't really know that much about. I'm sure there probably are people out there that know a ton about Echo. If you do, please feel free to educate us all in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this trailer. But as for me, I really don't know much besides what we saw in Hawkeye. But as for the mature side of things, it looks pretty crazy. Like, you're seeing a lot of violence and you're seeing some really cool close hand-to-hand combat stuff that seems a lot like Daredevil, maybe like that Netflix style, the Punisher series. And that's what all of us are craving so much. I'm very excited that the Daredevil series is kind of being reworked to sort of echo, no pun there, the Netflix series and just kind of look like that, because that's why we're all here. That's why the fans are here. Like, that's what we want to see, because those shows were so well done. You can say what you want about like all of them coming together and the Defenders, but man, Daredevil and the Punisher, those two series were really good. And when you take on these characters that already have have established universes, you gotta do it right. You gotta do it great, you know? In No Way Home, they did it great with Andrew and with Toby. And when Matt Murdock showed up in the kitchen towards the beginning of that movie, I remember freaking out. He didn't have a ton of dialogue, but it still felt right. And so you just really want to tap into that. Personally, I thought his scenes in She-Hulk were pretty cool, but there was an essence about it that wasn't quite there. He had some fight scenes and stuff, but it wasn't as like brutal. And not to say that every Daredevil fight needs to be that crazy and brutal, but I don't know, it's what I want to see. And so watching this trailer and getting to learn about this brand new character and seeing how brutal this series is going to be, seeing Daredevil get introduced and learning about this new street level MCU, it just has me very, very excited. I truly think that the MCU has kind of hit this turning point, and I know there's a lot of people that would probably say the opposite. I know there's been articles talking about superhero fatigue and the MCU is dead, but just looking at the bigger picture, there is so much to be excited about here. And y'all know me, that's what I like to focus on here. I just like to get hyped, and this show, this trailer, was hype. So with that being said, I just wanted to make a quick video. I will turn this over to you. Please let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments about the Echo trailer. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Either way, I would love to hear from you. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. One like goes a long way, and I really appreciate it. You can reach out to me on X at JonesVibesOnly, and don't forget to keep up the good vibes, guys. But the Echo series is dropping early 2024, and I'm stoked.
Jones Vibes.